Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, I got some kind of good news. I'm back on my PC, kind of, sort of. The live streaming will be starting back up here pretty soon. I'm on a wireless network adapter now that's really, really crappy. It's a Linksys one, and it doesn't even pick up 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So, it's not the best, but it's good enough to upload and, plays do most of my online gaming and stuff like that. So the Beam.Pro streaming will resume here probably in about a week and a half or so. I'm looking for some high grade coaxial cable to run the modem into my dining area where I am now. But other than that, yeah, I'm back on my PC. I have kind of my setup back. It feels pretty good. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something real quick in this video. And that is, I did a video a while back on the Razer FireFly calibration issues, right? And I'm using my Mamba TE Chroma Edition mouse for the longest time. You can ask Brimstone, Thorny, any of them guys that I'm always talking to. I thought the mouse was just a pile of garbage. And, it still is not my favorite mouse that Razer's done by any means, but it is not by far a pile of garbage. I always had issues with the mouse, like skipping across the screen or being sluggish or just really not working out well for me at all. And I constantly calibrated this thing through the Razer software. They recently came out with an update where they added the FireFly as a mat you can calibrate it to. I'll put a link to my previous video that I did on that issue where I had somewhat of a fix for it. Where I had it calibrated to the Vespula mouse mat and it was working pretty decently. But they've added since then the FireFly mat as a calibration option, and that is, at least in my experience, worse than just disabling surface calibration altogether. But I am no longer using this FireFly mat, and that is for that reason exactly. I cannot get this thing calibrated or working right or even acceptable if you're a PC gamer. Now, if you're just surfing the web and that kind of stuff, great. You're not going to notice a difference. But, when you're playing, especially like an FPS or something really mouse heavy, which is a lot of PC games, you're definitely going to notice the sluggishness, the skipping of the cursor, that kind of thing. And like I said, guys, I've adjusted every which setting that you can adjust. So what I've done is I went back to my Vespula mat, and this thing is amazing. I have no problems with it whatsoever. Matter of fact, I didn't even have to calibrate it to the Vespula mat. I mean, I have since then, but when I switched back to the Vespula mat and just set the mat down, put the mouse on it, it worked great. The FireFly, it's just not my thing, I guess. It's just not my cup of tea, as a lot of people would say. It's not something I'm going to recommend. It's not something I'm going to use. Matter of fact, I got a form in my email because I did contact Razer about this. I mean, you guys, if you've been watching me for really any amount of time, you know I dump a lot of money into Razer products. I have basically everything that, well, I had, including the FireFly, like a whole Chroma setup. But the FireFly just looks pretty. It's just not something that I want to use for performance. So anyways, I have a form in my email from Razer where I can pick any one of their mouse mats and they will send it to me, as long as I provide them with a screenshot of the receipt, which is not a problem because I get everything from Newegg, and your order history stays there forever. So I take a screenshot of the receipt, send them that, tell them I prefer to have such and such, and they'll send me what I'm asking for. So great customer service, I gotta say, when it comes to Razer and their products being so. Great customer service though. So anyways, guys, yeah, like I said, I will link the previous video I did on the Mamba TE and FireFly calibration issues. So you guys can kind of see where I was going there, and if that worked for you, hey, great. But for my personal needs, it did not work for me. It did. I was under the impression that it was working at the time. it didn't really, I don't know, it didn't hold up as long as it should have. I really don't know how else to explain that. But so if you guys have any recommendations on a Razer mouse mat that, it obviously doesn't have to light up or anything. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more performance than anything else. If you have a recommendation on a Razer mouse mat that you think may work well for my situation, feel free to leave it in the comments. And like I said, guys, the Beam.Pro streaming, give me like a week and a half or so, and I'll have my modem ran into my dining room where my new setup is. So anyways, thanks for all the support you guys have given me, especially with those vlogs. I'm going to try to do more vlogs, but I'm going to make them, instead of like update status vlogs, like more interesting and just a part of everyday life. And I kind of like filming those on my phone. It feels more, I don't know if vlogish is a word, but we'll just call it a word for this video. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.